Okay. Okay, here we go. Hi, everyone. I don't know if anyone's out there, but happy Thursday night with me, Carly. Coming to Twitch tonight to run some productivity sprints and see how far we get with whatever we happen to be doing in 2 hours. I'm going to be running 20-minute sprints with 10-minute breaks in between to get a little stretch. Make sure you do your wrist exercises and everything. Oh, do I? Okay, hang on. I don't know why it would sound spooky. Maybe if I, is it too quiet? If I turn up the gain a little bit, kind of echoey. Huh. That's weird. Okay, well, I'm gonna turn down the BGM a little bit so that you can actually, so my voice comes through a little bit clearer. Okay, let's see. If I turn up, okay, yeah, it was just, I think I had the gain down a little bit too low on my, oh, hey, Eat, on my audio box, but, okay, neat. Anyway, cool. It's Thursday night. Who's ready to get things done? As I just said, I'm going to be doing intervals for 20 minutes every, it's like 20 minutes out of every half hour. I'm going to start at 6:10, which is in 1 minute. So I should probably actually reset my timer. Today we are listening to Space Lo-Fi Hip Hop Radio, chill lo-fi beats to study, lo-fi sleep music from Lo-Fi Geek. And what I am working on is the next up chapter of my my current big long fic project. So I know someone in chat reads that one. Just getting a little bit of a sneak preview before I edit everything. Okay, and it's 6:10, so ready, steady, go. I'm gonna start the timer here, and let's get ready to get things done. Yeah. And I will be watching chat, so feel free to chime in about what you're working on, how it's going, and what kind of progress you're making. Let's see, where was my reference? Okay, cool. Assembling a media console. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, nice, yeah. The only reason why I get around to assembling any kind of furniture in a timely fashion is usually because my wife is like, I don't want to have this box hanging around, please assemble it. And I'm like, that's reasonable. I'm just a procrastinator. Oh no. Yeah, that's rough. Oh, nice. Hey, Cheshire. Yeah, you'd think that keeping up with the AO3 comments would be easier, but I always end up letting them pile up. I think it also didn't help that I took like a 2 month break from responding to literally anything on AO3, and then came back to it and was like, oh god, there's so much in here, which is like hardly a thing to complain about, but I just really I get antsy about not having inbox zero for anything. I hope all the comments are good. Oh yeah, the Quiet Fit. I'm like working in a fandom that actually has active people reading stuff in it for the first time, which is fucking wild. Um, Although it's like, so I primarily write for Arknight's fandom right now. I am going to be working on some fic in the near future because I signed up for the Locked Tomb exchange for Gideon the Ninth and Harrow the Ninth. Although it turns out Warcraft fandom is really weirdly active on AO3. Um, like I'm not kidding. Like I posted something to the Sylvana tag, and I got like 100 kudos overnight, and I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I think part of it is also that Warcraft fandom thirsts on AO3 thirsts for the fucking fem slash. Um, a Locktomb fandom is nice. It's good shit. People in the Locktomb fandom know what they're there for, and it's lesbian necromancers in space, and they're so excited to be there. There's an exchange where signups just closed, but I'm sure also if you're looking for something to do, they will probably want some pinch hitters. That and there is some really delightful stuff out there. I'm just saying, I clicked on a fic that's had vagina dentata in the tags, and I was not disappointed. Oh, nice. I didn't know that you wrote in WoW fandom previously. High five there. The next thing I'm actually kind of planning to pick up after I finish this long fic, which I hope I'm gonna get to do this much. Uh, Hope I'm gonna be able to do this month, is picking up one of my old Warcraft work in progresses, which I haven't posted any of yet on AO3, and it's called The Real Housewives of the Court of Stars. Uh, oh yeah, Hera was good, but I'm like, I also read it kind of on the late side. Like I read it while I was on a train to visit a friend in May, and I'm like clawing at the walls waiting for the next thing. Yeah, I know some people who were kind of like frustrated by how confusing it was, but I've also read some. But I feel like I could compare it in a way to Ancillary Justice, which is also a little bit sort of like what the fuck is going on for the first book, um, where you're sort of trying to deconstruct what the fuck actually happened. And I know some people got kind of a little bit stuck on those books too in the first one. I also know some folks who just don't really like the second person thing, but I feel like the reveal for why it's doing that is very delicious. Yeah, I just know some people who are just really not into second person. I personally have become kind of a fan of second person in a weird kind of way. Um, yeah, I was not spoiled for the structural conceit of Harrow at all. So I think I had a little trouble getting into it at first, but then I was like, the longer it keeps rolling, the more it's like my brain was activated. So oh wait, my model isn't showing. What the fuck is up with that? Oh, it's probably because it's under the overlay. Yeah, I feel like second person can be kind of hit or miss. Is kind of in a way I know there's like some kind of I know people can feel kind of weird about it because of I don't know. It's just it's a weird tense to write in. Um, that, and I know there was sort of like a thing about it from the. I'm just gonna delete this layer and start over. I hate OBS. Where it's like I know there was definitely kind of like this like association with really shitty fanfic back in the day, which I am sure it does not. Yeah, it doesn't like it. People definitely. It doesn't escape the reputation today. Still, I think with being kind of like I don't know, a little cringe. Oh yeah, I still haven't read The Raven Tower. Is that in second person? I really one of the things I enjoy about Anne Lucky's books is that I never know what I'm gonna expect with each new sort of entry in what she does. Just because it's so like she does something new and interesting with all of them. Okay, there. Now I have a cute girl with a bird on her head in the on the screen. That's important. Oh, Piranesi. I thought about, I think I had that one as a, yeah, I go back and fill, and I go back and fill in the footnotes later a lot of the time, and also have a good idea. If I think of something and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to put a footnote there, I put sort of like a pair of uh, parens there because of the way I sort of run a script later to help reformat everything. And that's how I kind of identify where I want to put the footnotes. Um, which also does the job for me of linking each footnote to each other. I think Piranesi was one of the options I had for Book of the Month, which I need to either like, I need to get better about like canceling when I'm not gonna buy a book that month, and also better at reading the books that I get. But I'll put that one on my list because I think they have it. So that means I can get it in a nice hardcover. Another thing I'll probably do later is take some of this, which I've been writing a little bit like more loosey goosey because I'm writing on stream. Oh yeah, it's yeah. I was kind of thinking about putting some of my books of the month that didn't quite grab me in some of the little free libraries that are around here. Oh hey Nicole, what's up? Um, yeah, I usually think about the. Oh, good luck with the Hackintosh. Yeah, I am usually thinking about where the footnotes go when I add them, um, as I'm sort of writing, just because or at least like having that sort of bookmarked in my head, where it's like, okay, there's a little bit more to unpack here, but I don't necessarily want to have it in like the main flow of the prose. Sometimes I just straight out cut some parts out of what I've written and put it into the footnote, uh, and then sort of create the footnotes that way. Depends. Oh, there is the timer. So that's the end of our first sprint. So 10 minutes until we start the next one. So that'll be at 6:40 my local time. Whatever 40 past the hour is your local time, since I know we've got some folks here from all across the globe. Oh, congratulations on getting all the stuff worked out, running Mac on your laptop. I'm gonna like turn the audio down in my ears because it's some loud ass lo-fi. I get the impression that the M1s are pretty nice. Um, if I get a desktop sometime in the near future, I was thinking about getting like one of the Mac Minis just because they're relatively economical. Anyway, for those of you who weren't here earlier, we're listening to Space Lo-Fi from Lo-Fi Geek. Which is free to use on streams. Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting an M1 Mac for my work computer sometime soon because I got my work computer last year just before they really started producing the M1s, so I'm looking forward to it because the processor on my work computer sucks. Well, I kind of miss. I used to have. They used to make the MacBook Airs like 11-inch size, and I had one of those that I got from uh, my work at the time, getting rid of some old machines. So I got it for a discount, and it was actually really charming to have because I could fit it in a purse. I could just stick it in like literally any bag I owned because it was so small. So it's like kind of a nice writing machine. It was just kind of rough for doing stuff like playing World of Warcraft, which was important to me at the time. Yeah, well, there are some programs that you can use that snap windows. I'm honestly kind of surprised that Apple hasn't acquired any of them, kind of like they did for stuff like shortcuts. On the other hand, I don't usually think that big companies acquiring small companies is good for anyone, so maybe I'm kind of glad that they don't. Anyway, yeah, I really like how the chat window on my OBS setup looks like now. I paid a little bit of money to get someone to make some custom Twitch overlays and interstitials for me, which was really nice. I have her linked in my Twitch profile or on my About page under the stream graphics. So if you are interested in streaming and looking for someone to do your stream graphics, check out XS Stereo at on Twitter. Oh god. Oh, my back. Sorry, once a week I roll myself out like I'm at pizza dough because I go to yoga therapy. Yeah, all the tools cost money. A lot of Mac stuff costs money. It's a little bit unfortunate. I feel like there's less of a free tool ecosystem for Mac. But on the other hand, I'm like at least I'm in a position where I can support you know long-term development for projects. So it's become something that I don't mind terribly much. But yeah, it is like it is a pain in the ass if you're just looking for some free tools. Da, da, da. So I'm told that this is good keyboard asthma, but that's I'm glad that the keyboard asthma is also cursed. These are speed silvers, I think, switch wise. I might try and get some more alpaca silence and replace them because I'm a bitch who loves the mechanical keyboard minus sound, which I feel like is like sometimes kind of like, isn't that like the opposite of the mechanical keyboard purpose? But I simply like customization. I should actually also I think I got like a set of keycaps that I ordered like a year ago. Um, because everything is on pre-order and pre-orders are backed up to shit because of COVID shipping delays. So I think the comfy keycap set from the key dot company finally arrived, so I can put it on my keyboard, which is very exciting. Okay, so 2 minutes left until next sprint. So get ready if you're getting anything ready to go. I also need to put together my Magic Girl Portico keyboard, which I'm pretty sure also arrived. I have not been good about unpacking my boxes that I get from keyboard pre-orders, just because I'm like, that's so much to do. I did put together my what is it? It's like a 40% keyboard with that I put a bunch of alpaca silence on. But I also need to learn how to use that one because it's so small that you have to use a bunch of modifier keys. So it's not strictly very good for me right now for doing any kind of efficient typing. This also reminds me I need to get my office supplies from my previous job because I never actually went back and got them anytime after I quit in the last year. I assume that they still have them because they liked me. But I should, in fact, go get them. Okay, we got 1 minute left. I'm going to reset the timer. I'm using timeanddate.com, which is apparently a website that you can use to do my timers. Okay, ready? Let's go. 20 minutes on the clock. Let's get some nice productivity done. Yeah, I imagine cherry browns are already kind of are already extremely clicky. Yeah, I'll maybe fucking use switches that no one else has heard of. Yeah, I feel like I'm like the one person who really likes the Mac laptop keyboards where there's like where it's very low activation, um, very unclicky, very like very smooth. I know why people want the mechanical keyboards for gaming so that you don't like accidentally double press things and so on. Um, yeah, the new ones are pretty good. I was a little bit alarmed by the clickiness of the newer ones on the Mac keyboards, but I've gotten used to it. Yeah, the fucking God, I used to so I was a computer lab assistant or like a computer aide when I was in high school. I had to pop so many of those fucking butterfly switches back on. Or well, the old butterfly switches were fine because I could actually reasonably pop them back on. The butterfly switches they had for like a couple years, like 2 or 3 years back, awful, the worst. Um, Eventually, typing on my keyboard felt like it was typing on loose teeth, awful. Yeah, it was exactly as unpleasant a visual as you're getting there, Jess. probably going to trim some of this later. I've already been kind of trimming it a little bit, which is sort of the like difficult part of following along with something that already has an established story. Is that I don't want to necessarily retread the same ground too much, or like at least try and do it in a way that puts my own spin on it. But I prefer not to just sort of rehash the exact same dialogue the whole time. So sometimes if the dialogue's getting kind of bogged down, I make some strategic cuts or elide some parts to because, you know, most of the people, the target audience for this has already read the story. They know what happened. Yeah, Arknights has so much fucking dialogue. I appreciate it for that reason, because, and also because all the dialogue is, like, actually interesting. The other gacha game that I played semi-recently was Magia Record, which I love Every Girl on Magia Record. I watched the anime, which I should actually catch up on, because I think I'm missing a couple episodes. But, God, there was a lot of fluff there. A lot of very short chapters where it's like nothing happens. So it's like sometimes I'm very thankful for Arknights being really wordy as hell, but sometimes it's like, oh my god, please, I simply just want to get to the combat stage right now. Yeah, the last few like major chapters of Hand in an Unlovable Hand that I've written, I've had to like, it's like they took so fucking long because I was trying to figure out how to trim them down from like 600 million words. Not quite 600 million words, but the fact that I managed to clock them in under 6K was a fucking miracle. But I used to take my time with Arknights events, but since at the beginning of this year I got my wife into Arknights, and now she is just like full steam ahead, obsessed with everything. And also because she is a former raid lead from World of Warcraft, she is really intense about getting through the events as fast as possible uh, with the optimal strats. So I have to now speedrun all the events so that I can talk about them with her. I think I finished chapter 8 first, though. Oh yeah. I want to say there's a tool called Carabiner that you can use to remap keyboards for Mac, which is what I'm currently using because I had to also swap the Alt and function and the Alt and Command keys. So, um, there's the timer. We are done with our second sprint. I don't know why the number stops updating on my OBS window. Okay, now it's a 0. Oh yeah, it's with a K. Of course it's the K. Because no computer programs can be spelled in a normal way, or if they are, it's to be as frustrating as possible. Such as all the Ruby packages, they're named after normal ass words. Alright, if you're working, getting something done, make sure and stretch. Do some wrist exercises, get a drink of water or something. Yeah, welcome to IT. We can't name anything for shit. I mean, I can't name anything, or rather, I can, because people always ask me to name things for them. Or like, Carly, what's a name, for I don't know, whatever, and I give them the first absolute garbage shit post that comes out of my head, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll name it that, and I'm like, no, you shouldn't. Alright, I forgot to start stream labels. Yeah, personally I found the Yeah, the generic names are really are also really something. I cannot talk about what any of the projects that I work on are actually named or what they're for. But some of them are named so similarly, it caused me a great deal of confusion for the first several months I was on the job. Yeah. Okay. Is the translation service, if it isn't something I would get, it's not handling language translations. I am guessing it is probably. Oh God, I don't know. Is it like connecting an older version of something to a newer version, like translating a database thing? Yeah, I also used to work at a place that named all the most of the services and applications after Star Wars things, which is pretty valid, except for it made it hard to tell what some of them actually were. I think I do still have the hoodie that I got from the launch of the main project, though. Even though they were not really nice to me there, but the hoodie I got out of it was soft. But okay, actually, that's cute to name all of them after herbs or spices. That's kind of charming. It's also very cottagecore, which I approve of because in this household we are cottagecore bitches. Oh, that's really funny. I need to do like that thing where I roll a tennis ball against my sides on the wall. Time. Oh, oh, that's the best name there ever has been. Okay, that one rules. Whoever named that one is so valid. God, honestly, selling out is so selling out to corporate is so comfortable. Uh, it's like this is like I'm a bad leftist, but also I love funneling those corporate dollars into like mutual aid and shit. So I will I will happily hang out here, not having to organize my own DEI shit. Yeah, yeah, no, it's funny how it's like all these companies that are like, oh, small companies that were nice pre-pandemic were just went absolutely fucking downhill. It's like I hate that work culture has come to this. I actually like working um, under the right conditions. It's just why is America like this? Yeah. So it turns out that having material needs met and stability to be happy and healthy and pursue other interests is revolutionary, or at minimum like pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, God, I was just thinking earlier today about how um, not doing the like outside hustle stuff for like getting ahead in tech and like build like doing a bunch of like speaking engagements and not writing technical stuff for the internet. I'm like, man, I have so much time to write fan fiction smut garbage on the internet now. Uh, and do things like play video games and write poetry and play my instruments and I don't know, whatever my brain has latched onto this week. It's like, honestly, I don't mind not pressuring myself to be like, oh, I need to think of a thing to write a technical article about this week to sort of keep up my reputation of being a smart woman, what right about computer. Okay, and it is 7:10, so I'm hitting go on the timer again. Uh, in 20 minutes, we'll see how you go. Yeah, I tried academic research for fanfic and VTubing, and yeah, honestly, um, hope I don't really feel the need to speak at another tech conference again, as kind of fun as that was for a while. I think if you want to turn mouse acceleration off, that would be under settings, mouse, like system preferences. But and I'm pretty sure there's a setting for that in there. Yeah, we paid our dues. Now we can coast. We are once you get to an acceptable level, you can simply be a weird internet person. Oh, weird. God, it's fucking weird that being a tech senior citizen is like the 30s. Oh, I don't think I actually haven't been on my professional Twitter in ages, so I should actually look her up on the Twitter that I actually use. I just stopped using my professional Twitter during the pandemic, which has honestly been fine. Yeah, I like Alice Goldfuss. Oh, nice. That's exciting to have some stuff worth working with. Yeah, tech in your 30s. So I've gotten really into tea. Yeah, it's like once you get to your 30s in tech, no one really cares anymore. Yeah, it's honestly kind of funny where it's like I understand it's like well, I mean the reason why I got into tech speaking was it's like it's good like the most qualified person to speak on something is the person who actually like wants to speak on something, uh, and is like or is willing to prepare a talk on the thing. But it's kind of funny that it's like we end up pressing a bunch of all the tech infants into doing all the presenting. Do, do, do. Yeah, I guess it's like I still feel pretty good about a lot of the talks that I gave when I was in that phase of my career because it was all stuff that I knew a decent amount about. Um, I mean, I feel like most of the people who give talks on like actual technical implementations, uh, like someone needs to develop a formula on how to make those talks actually interesting and compelling because they're so often not because it's really hard to just uh, explain any kind of technical thing out loud. But yeah, I don't know. Tech's a weird industry. Yeah, it's like it's definitely the actual niche of useful tech talks is very small. Oh yeah, I mean, there's not very many people. I tabbed out of OBS for a second, but there's not that many people in the chat. So, and honestly, I think it's more fun if I have people to chat with the whole time. So, but yeah, I've been kind of thinking recently about like, oh, should I like try and write any more technical stuff again? But I'm just like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I just want to write fan fiction and maybe think about original fiction and I don't know, do my own art. Yeah, I feel like tech honestly should have more workshops at conferences. It's just, when am I ever going to go to a conference ever again? Probably never. Yeah, exactly. Oh shit, that's cool though. Yeah, I know it can be kind of a lot of pressure though, when it's like when publishers waiting for like book two of whatever. I have a friend who is signed with a major literary agency and um, has put out two books under contract of the three that she's under contract for, and is currently doing the Battle of Wills with her agent to or editor, I think, to get them to agree on something on a concept for the third book. Especially because it's all middle grade, so she also has to pass the like sniff test of is this appropriate for middle grade readers and do they think that middle grade readers are going to actually want to read it? Which I don't know how I would. I honestly don't know what middle grade readers want to read. I was a bloodthirsty child. Yeah, book hard. Yeah, I was definitely reading, like, say, the adult Star Wars books by the time I was in middle school. I was definitely I was a precocious reader. Um, Soaked up all those words, which mostly meant I read a lot of, like, fantasy and science fiction. Silence of the Lambs in seventh grade. Oh my god. Oh, the Bantam Star Wars. Yeah, I read all the. I know so many facts about the glove of Darth Vader, and assassin robot Princess Leia. A friend and I were recently explaining this to our absolutely terrified spouses a couple months ago. Yeah, I still have. I got my parents to bring me most of my Star Wars books that were still remaining at their house the last time that they came to visit. So now I have the full set of the X-Wing books here, which is the most important thing. Yeah, listen, the X-Wing books are very important and also very quotable. Yeah, the Alston X-Wing books in particular were really formative for me, and as far as I think like my, not necessarily my writing style, but my writing sense of humor. Because goddamn, if he's not like, if he wasn't one of the best and funniest writers in the EU writer group. And also the sort of like ability to turn on a dime that he also shares with Terry Pratchett between like you're laughing, you're crying, you're laughing, and also the super elaborate prank chapters. Those are so important. Yep, Commander. That's the next one. I think there's like MA8, isn't it? Oh, and there's the timer. There's sprint number 3 done. Hope everyone out there is doing good. Yeah, I feel like my top literary influences are like Aaron Alston, Terry Pratchett, and Diana Wynne Jones, which honestly explains a lot about me. Uh, Oh, nice. Hopefully you'll get the TV on it by end of the night. Yeah, I think I ended up missing out on Anne McCaffrey just because I was like the one fantasy kid who was not really into like horses or dragons or anything like that. I didn't really care about riding anything apart from, I guess, spaceships. I was more into spaceships. But yeah, it's good Civ. I was just really into the Diana Wynne Jones like multiverse shit. Yeah, it's true. That is a strong appeal of dragons. I feel like I'm more interested in dragons at this age than I was when I was like 12, which is maybe kind of weird, but okay. I think I'm actually very close to the end of like my first sort of run through of this chapter. I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of it because writing on stream means I'm doing a lot less editing. Oh, yeah, of course you were an Anne Rice kid. Yeah, that tracks. Oh yeah, the Apple developer verification is kind of rough. If you're trying to open stuff, if you go to security and privacy, it'll let you override that for individual applications. I can also make this be a tech troubleshooting stream. Yeah, I also liked the Stackpole books from Stackpole and Zan when I was a baby reading Star Wars books. Although now that I've grown up, I'm like, the clone thing with the names that just had the doubled values like Luke and Luke was. I can't believe I didn't think that was like hysterically funny at the time because that was just comical. That was comical. We accepted so much from the Star Wars EU back in the day. Oh, wait. Oh, no. How did. Oh, shit. I bet it was the excessive caps filter. I can't believe it, like, one message with that was all caps. I'm sorry. I really need. I need to, like, either figure out how to tune this bot so that it doesn't, like, go completely mad with power. Uh, or, like, use a different bot. Because it keeps putting people in baby jail for really innocuous things. Yeah, that's true. I think there were a lot of things where I was like, also like, oh, this seems really cool. Like, I'm just so excited to be here reading Star Wars books that tell me more things about Star Wars. And let's see. What if I just turn off all the spam filters? What could go wrong? Why is there no option to like. Okay, exclude user group regulars. Okay, I see. So if you hang out on my stream long enough, it would exclude you from the spam protection, except for I just started streaming, so it baby jails everyone, which I feel like is slightly problematic. Is there like. What if I have some time until the next one starts. What if I just start putting people on mod? I can see if I can figure out how to unbaby jail people. It's like I kind of miss the age of the Star Wars EU where they just sort of like did kind of whatever. Not because all of it was good, because by God, most of it was bad. But it was like, yeah, sure, let's do some weird genre. Some like weird genre stuff. Let's do something a little different. Let's try being like a military series for a while. Let's do some like weird psychedelic mushroom trip spirit journey stuff, you know. Where is moderation? There we go. Yeah, geek culture has kind of forgotten the like. Well, it was like when Rise of Skywalker came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is so like goofy! I can't believe the Emperor has a clone and is back from the dead, and that like so and so is related to so and so." Like that's just Tuesday in the expanded universe. We did that like every 3 books. Like I cannot emphasize how many clones of the Emperor there are. They could do 3 more sets of sequels that are about a different Emperor clone fucking around and finding out. I feel like the Star Trek TOS stuff has kind of come back into fashion these days, but or at least I kind of hope it does, just because it's like, you know, it's corny, it's weird, um, but overall kind of optimistic, and I feel like some people really did want that. So yeah, Rise of Skywalker was also just really emphasized all the wrong. Like I liked a lot of the component parts, but number one, for one thing, they should have had way more of the like dark future AU where Rey had pointy teeth and was evil, because I was very into that. Um, not to be a lesbian on main here. I'm always lesbian on main, but see, I don't know how I like. Yeah, just you know, I'm just saying, I feel like they could devote an entire. Oh, shit, 7:40 already. They could devote an entire ass like comic series or something to that, and I would be very about it. Okay, I'm starting the timer again. 20 minutes on the clock, last sprint of the night. Get excited. At some point, I'm gonna figure out how to unbaby jail people. Yeah, not to be lesbian on main, says woman currently writing Arknights fanfic. I mean, yeah, that's a yeah. I know what my brand is about. Okay. Just paste some of this stuff into the document to punch up. I don't know what Mirror Lesbians is going to be, but I'm excited for whatever it is. God, why is this so fucking wordy? I'm not putting all this in the chapter. Plugged into power. Is that it? There we go. I'd be speaking too soon, but I'm impressed that my team hasn't managed to quit out on me the entire time I've been here tonight, because I had that problem a couple days ago. Oh, sure. I'll have fun with your sister Jess, and good luck on the rest of your media cabinet. Care about that one. It's kind of redundant. Oh yeah, homebrew is essential. You should definitely install that. I think this will come in around 3K words, I said. I'm sure it probably won't balloon to 4K this time, I said. But yeah, I personally think that Mac is really more of like a really fancy Unix system, because it's basically built on top of the Unix terminal. It's just got the really nice GUI, um, and also a lot more sandboxing, which I personally don't mind since it's for security reasons. I just know how to circumvent most of it. Yeah. The only thing to know about Homebrew is that you should update the package list on the reg. Getting a Slack message at 8 p.m., but it's not one I need to deal with. Nice. Love it. Mm-hmm. And there's the timer. And it's also just past 8 p.m. So that's 4 sprints down, and we are done for the night. So thank you to everyone for joining me tonight. Oh, nice. Great to hear that, Ivory and Horn. That sounds like it's some really good progress. I think over here I've got most of a chapter. Just gotta finish out the last bit of it and then do an editing pass. Oh, and glad to hear it from you too, Eat. And glad the computer progress is going well, Vivid Valkyrie. Anyway, I will be back next Tuesday unless something comes up. So, in that case, I hope to see some of you again on Tuesday for yeah, yeah. I'm sure. But for more chill hop jams and more productivity. And I hope everyone has a good night or good daytime, depending on where you are in the world, because I know some of you are, it's either the middle of the night or the middle of the daytime. All right, bye for now.